Sci-fi epic starring Tom Cruise, Oblivion, in theaters now. We're gonna talk over.
One.
It's no, not the one from the director of Tron.
Nuh-uh.
No,
that's what I also thought when I woke up. But apparently, this is some game from. Like,
okay, let me try again.
I was like, damn, they're remaking that movie already. Wow.
Oblivion, our current reality that subsumes everything.
This is before it got before it got bad. This is before the housing crisis.
Whoa, okay. Oh, so it must be Bethesda, Maryland's Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls 4. They're remastering this puppy, this bad boy. We're going to find out about it in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, I guess. Yeah, what's that, Tam? Who's joining me, as well as Nikki, Mike Minotti, Janet Choa. We're all here. Tam, what do you got to say?
No, I was just saying that's the one. That's the correct Oblivion. That is
I got
the one.
there.
Yeah.
I'm Jeff Grab. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, we're going to talk over this reveal of Oblivion Remastered. At this point, it seems like a known quantity, but really, I'm like, I just kind of want to see how the game's going to work underneath the visuals, although I'm ready to see that as well. What's everyone's history with Oblivion? Is this one that you've all played before?
I did play this one, not like immediate when it came out, because it came out the same month as Kingdom Hearts 2, so I had to play Kingdom Hearts 2 for 3 years first. But I think it was actually just like a bit before Skyrim came out. I finally went back to this, and it was still really fun. Just awesome quest design, a great world to explore. Kind of an ugly game. The character models are what's ugly. The world always looked pretty good. So yeah, this is a game that always seemed primed for a remake. I'm excited.
Yeah, I played this game after I played Skyrim, and the whole time I was like, wow, I wish I was playing Skyrim. But I was a child I was 10 when this game came out. So it wasn't the target demo, I don't think.
I think this is the game that really made me feel like, oh man, the Xbox 360 is totally worth having. Like, this is.
Oh wow.
So yeah, because it was for me, it was like, oh, I can go do whatever I want in this world, and it really nailed that for me. I became a thief. That's I think why I like that.
I was the way around. I was a complete other way around, where I got an Xbox and I got a bunch of games, and I was like, okay, let me try this Oblivion game, and I was like, this is ugly.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed playing a bunch of it. Like I really enjoyed it, but I was like, there's this nagging feeling where I was like, this is not reinforcing the very expensive purchase you just made. So obviously I did the smart thing and loaded up Cameo, Elements of Power, which let's just say,
still to this day, the best looking game ever made.
Well, exactly, 100%.
It's just from that time when it was there was still a little bit of a gaming monoculture, and people would jump from game to game collectively, and everyone jumped into this one at the same time. And I've definitely told the story about seeing friends list on Xbox 360 or Xbox Live, and just there's 25 people all playing Oblivion at the same time. So it just felt like, oh, this is the first really big important game for the system. But yeah, it's always been a bit of a not looker. It's always been an ugly game. That's the one thing for sure it seems like they're going to address with this remaster by porting it to Unreal 5. And then they're apparently also going to make improvements to the combat. Oh, yeah. What's that, Nikki?
We don't know what they're going to talk about at this.
That's true. This could be an open world kart racer.
It could be anything, right?
Or they could say, we made all the environments look incredible, but all the character models are exactly the same.
I love that, actually.
That is what I'm hoping for.
I would kind of...
I am hoping we see some vibrant colors, because that was one thing from the leaked screenshots, is that things looked a bit duller.
But that's Unreal, ain't it? You know, Unreal really is. It feels, even when you get pops of color, it does desaturate sometimes.
I know they have some bright greens in there somewhere in that edge, and here we go.
There we go. Oh my God! It's a black screen.
Bethany, okay, that's good.
Bethany Ezra.
Give me Patrick Stewart.
Rated M. Fuck yes.
Blood and gore?
No way.
I'm not about that life.
It froze for me. Okay, we're back.
Me too.
It's back.
The Oblivion remake's gonna freeze. Confirmed?
Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm really excited about this.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Yeah.
There's a song. There he is.
Take with you my blessing.
They should have replaced him with Ian McKellen.
And the hope.
That would have been funny. Jan, can you give the chat more juice?
That's a great image there.
It's fantastic.
Of Oblivion.
of Oblivion.
Remastered? What?
I did tell people it was going to be a remastered, so Jeff Grubb wrong again.
Wow.
Here we are 20 years later.
Dramatic shots of office.
And I just...
You think about the Elder
Just Todd.
Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game
I have an
franchise.
echo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously,
GM might be
we're
giving it to us with his
working
mic. If you
on
turn him
the
down in
sixth chapter
video,
here.
maybe...
But what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the
That's exactly
chapters.
it.
Oh, good.
Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each
guy's
of
so
them
short.
try to define role-playing games.
He's
and
gaming
open-world
stepdad,
games.
is how I like to look at him.
He's so short.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
Look at the Star Wars kidding.
Yeah.
I
At
think
work.
when it comes to
You can get paid to Star Wars kid it now? Oh, no.
Oh no.
a remaster,
No,
back.
I believe in you.
we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep
this game
those
looked like
bones in
shit.
place. You
Yeah.
want some of that
The skeletons look good.
old charm.
Skeletons did look good.
Coming back to
Whoa!
Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both
Why don't they
for
put
the
Unlike our
Elder
world.
Scrolls
Jeez.
and also this evolution.
Oh god, it's on
of
Steam
our
already,
games.
apparently.
It's really, really important for
Oh,
people to take a look back
Oh,
at.
I'm downloading it.
Looking
BRB.
back,
No
seeing
way, is it
everything
already
we've
there?
accomplished
I think it's
in the
already
past
there.
20 years, and working with these people, like it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for
It says
that
I'm not
long,
allowed to view these
and
materials
It
at
sort of
this
gave me
time.
the warm fuzzies.
Oh my god, it's been 20 years. I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's
Oh yeah,
just,
there
like,
it is.
there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as a
Damn.
individual, as a game
That-
developer.
I came out of the
People
Xbox
start-
360.
You don't even think
I was the lady screaming for the Elder Scrolls
Oh,
Online
look
at that
who
one
it
frame.
is.
Oh shit!
the
Show us your tattoos!
buzz.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment to build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
Yeah, it's called Fallout 3.
I was born 87 years ago.
That'd be 7
65
years ago,
years
actually.
I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all, ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no...
Oh, whoa, whoa,
That's definitely an improvement.
That's an old
Nah,
man.
it
though.
looks the same to me.
It's that song I like.
Yeah, it's the
That
song.
jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the jerk.
Yeah, that looks good.
Show us that little blonde-haired, spike-haired freak.
Yeah, where is
Whether
that
you're
little...
reliving these moments or
Tails?
experiencing them for the
Yeah,
first time,
that's it.
the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right.
And we weren't going to
Our
pay more than
partners at
$500.
Virtuous went above and beyond to bring
So we
our
picked
vision
the
to life.
fourth Google result that came up when we typed in studios that'll do remasters.
Master has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to
It's
Paris, and welcome
123
to
gigs
Virtuous.
on
Why
the
can't I
Microsoft
find
Xbox.
it?
Here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience
Well,
possible.
download it. Just download it on the
We've
Xbox.
worked with Bethesda Game Studios
store.
on other projects in the past,
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
so we know what
Oh, I
makes
found it
that
on the Xbox app. Hell yeah. Ooh, that's
we
a
wanted
deer.
to make the remaster more friendly.
Hey, these
to
colors look
gamers
bright
with
enough to
modern
me.
Hardware.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, I think
is
those
Oblivion in its
screenshots
most
might have
complete
been.
form.
Oh, you mean that a single screenshot from a video game was taken out of context and
How else
a
do you
mountain
suggest
was...
I review a video game, Tam?
About time
Oh
someone
my
got
god.
here.
I hope when I am dead, that'd be sad, but I do hope I end up skewered onto a giant pike and on fire.
Mitch, I can arrange that for you.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay?
Thanks, buddy.
I will do it, Mitch. I will do it personally for you.
Thank you, pal.
Okay?
I appreciate that.
I'll get the pike tomorrow.
Well, let's hold on. Maybe I might have another good 10 years in me at least.
What was the Oblivion crisis? What happened to the previous
I don't
Emperor
know.
of Cyrodiil?
Yeah, you tell us.
Play the fucking game, dude.
I played the game. I don't remember what the Oblivion crisis was.
I think there were holes.
Including story
It's when an oligarch crashes the stock market.
Yeah.
Ooh, waterfalls.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of
This
this
is the energy.
experience.
on this guy.
I love this energy.
At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I mean,
Horse seems pretty
I'm a fan.
naked.
I have been always a fan.
Yeah.
I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it
No
a
worries.
love letter.
This is a dream project for me, right? I mean, I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000
Once
hours.
again, Twitch lets us down.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
I wish I would get one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what's a
find
love
your
letter.
own
I've never
path.
seen such a thing.
This
God,
dude
that
is
guy's
always
face
looking
is
up at people.
Yeah, he has so many wrinkles.
Ooh, slashy.
Oh.
That's good fire. That fire looks fire.
Also, the combat reactions did look a little bit more impactful.
Yeah. I still like Elder Scrolls combat.
I'm with you.
Seems pretty bad in there. Get out.
The technology
That's
we used
nice.
to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
Oh.
Goddamn.
Oh, we're in the tool segment. It's tool time.
Tool time.
The original Oblivion.
You
is
thought
still the
Speed Tree
heart
was
and soul
cool?
of the remaster.
We've got Speed
But we
Butterfly
use Unreal
now.
Engine 5 to help achieve
Look at
all our
that
visual
face.
goals.
Oh, is that
We
the
think of
Shivering
the
Isles
Oblivion
portal? I
game
think it
engine
was.
as the
I think all
brain
the
and
DLC is
Unreal
supposed to be
5
included,
is the
yeah.
body.
Nice.
The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to
Every
life
time
the
I look at
experience
a
that players
game
have
developer's
loved for almost 20
screen in
years.
one of these, it
But it's
feels
not
like they
just
don't
about
have
pure
enough
fidelity.
like physical screens, and
We
there's
knew
too
we
many
had to preserve
windows
the
open
distinct style.
on the two screens.
Yeah.
Making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
Oh man, that quest.
A wonderful place. Good
Bro,
for
I'm
a
gonna
visit.
collect so many cheese wheels.
Eternity.
There he is. We've leveraged
Joker?
nearly every major feature
Yes.
from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Joaquin
Our
Phoenix.
goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models.
Is this game gonna
and
review
stunning
higher than
landscapes that use
Starfield?
millions of polygons in each.
Oh
canvas,
yeah.
I bet it
allowing us
That's
to
doesn't,
tough,
but it will
isn't
be
it?
level
much
of detail in
better.
the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every single
Starfield's still
aspect of
reviewed
this
pretty
game
Oh,
high. so it might
Starfield did
actually-
review pretty
Design
high.
and
People were
handcraft from
just
scratch.
deeply wrong. They were lying
Yes.
to
We
themselves.
implemented an advanced real-time lighting system
that's true.
that
All right, I'm
accurately
installing
simulates
it.
how light interacts with the environment.
I have to admit, I could
more
never take the
realistic
cat
lighting
people
and
in these
atmospheric
games
effects.
seriously. I'm sorry.
Well,
Did
video
you
game had
know
limited
God, that's so
shadows.
racist.
because the lore
Now,
is so
the entire world
confused
reacts
on
naturally to
those?
light.
Khajiit, depending on where the moon
We
is,
used an incredible
can
new
be a
lip-sync
regular
technology
ass cat
that really
or a
enhanced
human
performance in
cat.
our
Yeah.
But that's not the same
It's
with
the-
you. It's how it works for me.
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to
There
adapt
he
it
is.
to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
I bet that they still kind of have. They still
We
kind of
have
have
access to
Oblivion
so
face, you know.
many
They still have
modern
kind of
renderings.
dead eyes,
You'll
and
see
their
Oh,
mouths
yeah.
move weird. I'm almost
Something
happy
as
about
running
Yeah,
it.
the
in forest.
rigging.
It's like the head is like
Around,
weirdly placed
fish
on a
swimming in the
different
water.
It's on a
body
different
model
body.
every
Yes.
time. Yeah.
I kind
Thanks
of
to
love
these
that.
technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. you'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber
Why
of the
would they
High
put this
Thing.
out today when doesn't Claire Obscure come out tomorrow?
Yes.
Why would they do that?
Oh, they probably have a jump on Claire Obscure with this. I guess. I don't
That's
know.
what you
It's
think.
not just
That's what I
visuals
think.
that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
I mean, both are going to be in Game Pass, right?
They said
Isn't it
gameplay
great Power
improvements. Let's
Ranger?
see it.
It's UI and UX.
Please don't tell me they made the UI
It's
worse
audio.
looking. It looks okay.
I think they made the UI probably more like Skyrim,
We've
right?
updated features and systems
is
across the
worse.
board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
All right. I didn't have any problem with the leveling in Skyrim, but I thought I liked it better in
We were able to
Oblivion.
fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body.
It is a good
and
skeleton.
all the animations have more flesh.
Yes, I just love skeletons in video games.
I want to play
Combat
as the
in the
skeleton.
original Oblivion
Yeah,
didn't have sound effects,
I think we can make that
visual
happen.
effects, or hit reactions.
Mods. Do a skeleton
Yeah.
mod.
Now you'll get blood splatters.
That's the thing.
Farts,
Are they going to have mods in this?
And controller feedback.
I mean, if it's got the same underlying
It's a little
technology,
thing,
yeah,
but
certainly.
little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
That fireball made the ice lad
Yeah.
all over instead of
Fell
melt.
over.
There was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized.
I love
But
that.
then of our game was a third-person view that compared to Star
Why?
in terms of
That was unnecessarily cruel.
That's the already coming. Yeah.
From the first-person
At least we can't pet it now.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes
These
it?
sunburned
Disk
mother.
storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races.
I love
So
how
we've gone
red
back
the
and recorded
humans
new
look in
lines of
that game.
dialogue.
Uh-huh.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand
Okay.
the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop. You violated the law. Stop. You violated,
violated
the
the
law.
law.
Yeah, that's good
Criminal
stuff.
scum.
Stop right there, criminal
Why is
scum.
everyone's dad in this video?
Cheese for everyone.
You Gorath wild.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial
Yeah,
Palace.
this is the best
You
quest.
need to
Or this is the
find
most
the
memorable
You
real
know what's funny? That's how Naruto also
The
begins.
blind priests
Yeah.
will deliver a
Stealing an
scroll.
Elder Scroll.
Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best.
Ah, I can't wait.
Why are you sneaking? They can't see.
Stop. You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, no.
You'll never catch me. I have the power of run.
Players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In
Wait,
fact,
Oblivion didn't have
all of the
sprinting?
character locomotion
It did,
has
but it
been
used your stamina.
completely
Yeah, it was
Something
like
else.
and that has
stop.
a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
I cannot
Every
wait to
single
crouch and shoot
updated
a
or new
bow and
feature
arrow.
was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion.
I'm glad they still kept like
What
the
are
old
those features
font
that
and
just
whatnot. It still
immediately
looks like
come
you're in
to
a
mind
book.
for
It's not
players
just
when they think of the
weird.
game?
The mini
like,
games
plain text.
are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great. How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You
Ooh,
can
I
put a
like
fresh
this
kind of
kind of
paint on
unlocking
it,
game.
but you can't change it too
This is one of
much
my favorites.
because it's part of the core experience.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I like
Whether
it.
you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch
There he is.
you and
Oh,
There
no.
he is. Yeah.
you will instantly.
Oh, he looks
feel
more
it.
beautiful than ever.
It just feels better.
Wait, Oblivion did not
We've
have
modernized a
sprint
lot,
nice? That doesn't
but
sound
it's
right.
still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Guess it did.
Well, it's about time. Do you know
My
how long
version
we've been
did.
waiting?
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios.
none of what we're surrounded by right now would be here.
It made us
We
so
hadn't
much
made that
fucking money.
game
You don't
and
understand
been the success
how
that it
much
was.
money we got off of
The
this.
effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Ooh.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
Can't believe that
From all
guy's
of us at Bethesda
Royal
Game
Chamber
Studios,
has lighting like the cover of a
we
video
wanna
game,
thank
the
you
blue and the
for joining
orange.
us today. Oblivion
Same
has
line
a very
as
special
Outland,
place in my
the
heart.
Xbox
And being able
360
to
game.
work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Yeah, that's why they're shadow dropping it.
The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available
30 minutes ago.
today.
What?
Oh my God!
I was born 87 years ago.
We're scoring 7 years ago. Please just say it right.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
I don't think this is going to be done downloading before the bombcast.
This is the 27th of last
No, I doubt it.
The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Spoilers.
Damn, he's dying. Horse armor.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
I didn't see Sean Bean yet. I wonder if they.
This is only the beginning.
Been recasted? Probably still there. Well,
if they paid for Patrick Stewart, they got a re-up on Scene Bean.
You're right.
Bean.
Hey!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
This guy.
Yeah, this cat person in armor.
Here you must find your own path.
Horse armor!
It would be really funny if they put horse armor on the marketplace for like $70.
It would be so good. Is that a unicorn?
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
I would just walk away from the gates of Oblivion first.
Yeah, but that's someone else's problem.
Just get a fire extinguisher.
I mean, it can't be that fucking hard. Wow.
Remastered. We still call something that's
It's very
has new
confusing.
things remade. We call that a remaster. All right.
That's a remake.
I bet developers are like pretty precious about that, where they're like, no, we're just remastering the visuals is how they look at it. But I agree. We kind of come to accept, like, if you're remaking all the visuals,
I feel like
that's
you
a
can
remake.
keep it a remaster if you change the visuals, and that's it. The moment you change literally anything else, it's a remake, I think. You change the UI, you're cooked.
Why does it say PC game? They own Windows. Just put Windows.
Yeah, you know what? Well, you know why they do that? I'm trying to make something up. Give me a second.
Because they destroyed the kind of optics around games for Windows Live.
Yeah, that
like
didn't go
now
so
if they
well for
put
'em.
Windows in a gaming context, people are like PTSD, like Fortunate Son starts playing in their heads.
All right, let's have this conversation. Let's kind of recap everything that happened here. Welcome once again to our conversation about Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls 4 Remastered, just getting announced. I'm Jeff Grubb. I'm joined by Timur Hussein. I'm joined by Mike Minotti and Nikki Grayson. The game is out now. It's $50 for the standard version, $60 for the deluxe edition. It's as maybe you can still see it here. I'm not sure what people are seeing. It's on Game Pass as well. It's available on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. The details from the Steam page. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered modernizes the 2006 Game of the Year with all new stunning visuals and refined gameplay. Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil like never before and stop the forces of Oblivion from overtaking the land in one of the greatest RPGs ever from the award-winning Bethesda Game Studios. They're making it with Virtuos, who's the support studio that seems to have done the bulk of the work here. And then, yeah, out now, was a shadow drop. The other big thing, I guess maybe to start the conversation, we saw some leaked screenshots of this game a little bit ago where it's kind of compared it to the old version, and the one thing that kind of everyone picked up on is it looked a little bit less saturated. The colors didn't pop as much. That's not the sense I actually got from looking at it. What actually I think happened there is they added maybe some like volumetric, like atmospheric fog and stuff like that, and that just muted the colors from a distance. It looks a lot better in motion.
Yeah, it looks very good in motion. There was like that one part where they showed landscape, and it had that, the old Oblivion, the greens were almost an emerald green. You could say maybe it was unnatural, but it was kind of the look, and I did like that. And when they did the pan to the new style there, it was much more realistic looking, and I don't think it's some big issue. There was like a part of me like, is that losing the style a little bit? Maybe. Not something I think I'm going to think about a whole lot when I play the game, but there is a difference.
Yeah, it's the gameplay improvements that they're talking about seem to be focused on, and now they just started talking on the stream. I'm going to close that for myself so I don't hear it. They're improving the combat. They said that's going to be a little bit better. The UI, they're making a lot of changes for something that they're calling a remastered. Obviously, we can debate actually a remaster or remake, but this is it's a big boy remaster at the very least, and I think it qualifies as a remake. I think it looks like they did a ton of work here. Anything else that you guys noticed or picked up on?
Particle effects. Ever heard of them?
Yeah,
they got a lot of them.
Yeah,
it was interesting when they said, like, in the original game there was space limitation, so a lot of the NPCs had the same voice no matter their race. Here they're like, okay, they're gonna sound different. Now part of me is worried because they didn't say like we have different voice actors for everybody. They said they're going to sound different.
I'm sure they just like move some like modulation sliders around about it.
I mean, that's kind of what you want, right? Like, I feel like if it's too polished a remake, some of that charm is lost. And some of the old school realities of game development being present in this game is almost part of the nostalgia, right? Like, it's for people who are coming to this first time, they might be like, that's weird. But they probably have the context that this is a remake or remaster. And for people who have played it before, they come to it and be like, this is how I remember it. So it kind of hits both audiences correctly, I think, anyway.
And they did emphasize, like, we are maintaining a lot of those quirks, the awkward greetings that all the characters do when you walk up to them, and then they turn to you, go hi there, and they look all weird. They wanted to keep that because they know that is it's like prequel memes, right? Like, how many people really love the prequels? Well, who cares? They had some really great memes that get shared because they're just so memorable. Same thing I think kind of applied with the awkwardness and maybe some of the rough edges of Oblivion originally. So upgrading the visuals, you only want to lose so much of that in the translation, and I don't know, to me it feels like they're striking a pretty good balance.
I think so.
I do want to see what these, because some of the gameplay improvements they talk about sound like vague, like, we've improved the combat. I'm like, well, I wonder what that means. I wonder if it's something I'll even notice as somebody who hasn't played Oblivion in a long time. Is it going to be like, the combat sort of feels like what I thought it always did, and it's actually even clunkier than I remembered. They talked about adding sprint, and part of me is like, wait, how did sprint work in the other old game? Was there any sprints? Was it tied to a bar? But it looks like it's just kind of free sprint now, which probably what people expect.
I think that's a good point. It's like they're probably going to make changes that you wouldn't even otherwise realize are changes. Like had they not called it out, I would have been like, of course it always had sprint. I haven't played Oblivion in a very long time, so when I go to play, it's like, this is just how the game works. Making those kinds of changes are sort of a no-brainer at a certain point, where it's like, let's make the game feel as modern as possible without getting rid of any of the obvious "this is Oblivion" stuff. So yeah. And now the characters aren't ugly anymore, so they did get rid of that key aspect of Oblivion. I guess just overall, what do you all think of the visuals? I think it looks like a pretty good, almost modern game.
When you say the characters aren't ugly, I think from a technical perspective, they're not ugly.
Yes.
Because some of those characters are still ugly. They just look improved ugly. You know what I mean?
The intended ugly, yes.
Yeah, they're still ugly. Well, it's like, all the character models look a lot better with fidelity. They still kind of have that weird Oblivion facial animation and just kind of stand and talk.
Yeah, like,
and I'm kind of like, good. Yeah, give me that's what I want. That's what I want.
They talk from their neck. That's what
exactly. It's like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon where like they gave every character a tie, so they only had to animate their heads the whole time.
The only thing that animates on a face is the mouth and just the a centimeter around the eyes.
Yes. Right. So the eyebrows can go up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad at you. Yeah.
They got good Botox in Tamriel.
Yeah, they got the real good Botox. People are pointing out Claire Obscure Expedition 33 in another RPG is coming to Game Pass this week. I don't know how much of anyone's lunch is going to get eaten here, but people are certainly bringing that up. Do you guys think that's a kind of a frustrating thing?
The team is very aware of it as well because they just posted their key art, but all the characters are moving towards an Oblivion gate. So they get it. They understand.
Yeah, I don't think this is. I mean, if it's on Game Pass, and that's the problem. It's like, well, if one game gets you to get Game Pass, maybe the other one being there is a reason to keep Game Pass. So I don't know.
Yeah, when it comes to Game Pass as a context, having too many RPGs at the same time is never an issue. Like, if you're a Game Pass player, your brain just goes, oh, I'm going to play one game, and then when I'm done, I've got another game to go straight into, or I can play both games at the same time. And obviously, they are similar. They're eating each other's lunch in terms of like how much time they take up in people's lives. Because gameplay and wise, they are very different games. Oblivion is a open world RPG in the way that we currently know them, whereas Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is more of a classically styled RPG, JRPG even, made by a French team.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Final Fantasy. So I think there's enough differences between them that, I mean, like, I played a bunch of Claire Obscure for preview, and I am excited at the prospect of playing that game as well as playing Oblivion, and I don't feel like there's overlap. If it was like, oh, I'm playing Claire Obscure and they just launched Metaphor, then I'd be like, they're very similar, but these two are like very, very different games.
Very different games. I agree. All right, then in the kind of gameplay that they showed, they did reference a lot of like the big side quests. All that stuff just looks really well maintained and kind of presented in the best way yet. So I think they kind of get what people come to this game for, and I found that pretty exciting. Now, if you are a big fan of like Bethesda Game Studios games, is the expectation going to be that they're going to do this with Fallout 3 as well? Like they kind of, I mean,
slippery slope.
Right.
Slippery slope. I think it being an expectation is probably not a great idea to kind of have. Like, I think everyone should just take this as a wonderful little treat for them, and then if another Fallout style thing happens, great. If not, just be cool. Be cool, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm expecting it. Yeah, I think they're gonna do it. I think that's a gimme. Come on.
I think it's a gimme just because the tech is like, you do all this work for the tech, and the tech is very similar between those two games. But also, like, the reason they're doing this is to fill in their schedule for the years it's still going to take them to get to Elder Scrolls 6, and let alone the next Fallout game. So I think this is a pretty good way. You know, everyone should be following the path that Capcom has sort of set out. Here's a new game. Here's a remake. That's worked really well. I know a lot of people are sick of remakes, but it keeps people employed and keeps giving us new ways to play old games. I like both of those things.
Before we move on, I just want to highlight. We talked up front about what's in this game. We should probably break down the overall package because the Xbox website lists this. It says it's listed as the complete story. So experience everything Oblivion has to offer with previously released story expansions, Shivering Isles, Knights of the Nine, and additional downloadable content included. And there's also, if you buy the deluxe remastered edition, you get the base game digitally. You get an Akatosh and Mehrunes dragon armor, weapons and horse armor sets. You get a digital art book sound and a soundtrack app. And obviously the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine is going to be there, as well as Fighter's Stronghold expansion, the Spell Tome treasures, Vile Layer, Mehrunes Razor, Thieves Den, Wizard's Tower, Orrery, and the Horse Pack armor.
There we go.
We did it, everybody. We did it.
Is included.
One thing that they have not mentioned is support for mods yet. And that's a very big thing for Elder Scrolls games. It just is, one of the reasons Skyrim is constantly in the top most played games on Steam for years, like with 25,000 people playing every single day, is massive mod support. And this game is probably not going to have that out of the gate. They're not saying anything, but I bet the community figures it out pretty soon, and then we'll know, okay, is the underlying foundation still all there, so all of the work that's been done can just hook into that with a little bit of modification, sort of like what happened with Skyrim. Was it Special Edition? Is that what they called that? Maybe that could happen, or maybe everything will have to be completely reworked because this is Unreal Engine 5 and it is fundamentally different. We just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And then someone pointed out the Sky Oblivion devs. There is an effort by a bunch of modders to recreate Oblivion in the Skyrim engine. They put out an open letter saying that this is good for everyone and that they're very happy to see this. They've been working on that for years. So
yeah,
I mean, they. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
That's what it's kind of what you need to say, but they're going to have a little bit of a leg to stand on because there are going to be some gameplay changes in this. So if they make the most faithful version of Oblivion, perhaps they'll still be able to attract some fans and attention.
Yeah, and also
totally.
these mod teams, they're not. It's a different kind of audience that goes for these kind of mods, right? Like you go in there knowing that the thing that you're about to play is a modification created by fans.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a super high-end, high-res kind of version of the game. You are playing a version that is almost a different kind of nostalgia. You're getting nostalgia for Skyrim and Oblivion at the same time.
Yeah, good point.
Which is I think it presents a unique experience onto its own. So you can play, it feels like to me there's 3 versions of Oblivion you can play now. The original version, the modded version that the team is making, and now this super high-end version. If you're an Oblivion or Elder Scrolls fan, there isn't a better time than right now to be a fan of these games.
And that community has a lot of the kinds of sickos that would want to just throw themselves into all the different versions and see all the differences. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it for us. Any other final thoughts on Oblivion, everyone?
This is going to really tide us over while we wait another 10 years for Elder Scrolls 6.
I think so. Should barely get us there, I think. All right. Mike, Nikki, Tam, thank you so much for hanging out with me to talk about Oblivion. We're going to be back with more stuff on the site. We'll be back with plenty more coverage of Oblivion as it's out now, and we're all going to go play it. So we'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.